are supposedly streaming right now, so let's check this out, make sure everything is working properly, and then we will get to streaming. John's a new page of The Amazing Red Bee. Just gonna check out these websites here real quick, make sure everything's running up and good. Let's see here. My channel on Twitch. Yep, I am live there. Sounds good. And then over on YouTube, we are checking your that. There we go. Even got that little thumbnail up. Nice. All right. Alrighty, sounds good. And I don't know. Hopefully the mic is all right on the volume. Oh, you know what we're gonna do is gonna play a little music here. This is some stream beats. I don't know how long. Might be streaming for about an hour or so. And not too. I don't know if you can even hear that. Guess I'll find out on the playback. But yeah, let's see it. And I have a little chat box. I'm still working out the kinks on everything of streaming on OBS. I have a chat box open on OBS that's supposed to, hit me up with any messages from chats either on YouTube or on Twitch. We will see if that works or not. Anyways, let's get to this. We're working on the 3rd issue of The Amazing Red Bee, the final issue. And we have Bentley Bosworth III, who has become Bentley the Beast. And now we are going to get into inking here. Turn that off there. Actually, before I do that, put in some panels here. Alright. I don't know. I wonder if that music's too loud or not. I'll turn it down just a little bit more. Just in case. Who knows? Alright. Let's put in some panels. Alright. Let's see here. Let's do this here. Here, let's do right here, I guess. Alright. Join assist, turn that one off. Now it's time to go in, erase these little borders here. With this page, I'm about not halfway, but I'm further along than like a third of the issue being inked. So that's good, because this one is actually, the previous issues were about roughly 30, I think about 32 pages. This third and final issue of The Amazing Red Bee is going to be about, I don't know, about 40, I want to say close to 48, I think, once it's all said and done, unless I get to the end and I change some things on the fly, which is a possibility. But yeah, so I'm a little over a third done now. I want to say, actually more than a little, but I'm catching up, getting close to being about halfway done inking this issue. My goal is to have it done by October or November. We'll see, maybe I can get it done a little bit quicker, but who knows. And it really is just a labor of love, really, at this point. Kids' books in general are a hard sell. Doubly so when you're independent publisher and you're doing it all yourself. And then you add comics to the mix. Like, that makes it even tougher to try to do stuff making kids comics, because everyone wants the big action scenes and the drama filled stuff, which is cool. I like those books too, but I think there is something to be said about creating books, either comic books or novels, especially for kids. And like I do, my goal, my thing is I'm trying to create these books for boys and other reluctant readers, because that's what I was growing up. Like, I was a reluctant reader. I thought I didn't like books. I thought I didn't want to read because they were all lame and boring and everything. And it wasn't until later on that I found out, books aren't lame and books aren't boring. I just have to find the ones that I like. It's the same thing if you go around, looking for things, for movies, looking for music, looking for even video games. It's like, if you play video games that you don't like, you might end up going, oh man, video games are so lame, so dumb, so boring. What is this? And then you find the video game that you really like, and you're like, oh, video games aren't that. Video games are these over here, and I really like these. So that's really my goal with doing all of this here. Like, I really want to make sure I get these books done and made in a way that really catches the interest, like I said, of boys especially, but any other reluctant readers out there who think, they don't like books. Really, most likely is they just haven't found the right books. Alright, I think I'm about ready to start inking this here. Oh man, I don't even know if you can see any of this stuff on the page. It's so light. But what I've been doing this entire time is enlarging these images here. These are my under drawings here. And I've been just rearranging them a little bit to make them pop a little bit more in their panels. So anyways, that's what I've been doing, but you can't really see it because then I really lighten the opacity. Now let's get into the inking. What does that say over there? Need. Oh, it shows a little view count on my OBS. I wonder if there's oh no, there's no watermark. It's just a watermark on the thumbnail with Restream. I'm using Restream right now, the free version. So I think the thumbnail has a little Restream watermark on it, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Saw the new Superman trailer today. Still like it. Still want to see it. I commented it somewhere, I think over on Facebook or Twitter X. I don't really like a lot of... I mean, I like jokes in movies, obviously, blah, blah. But I don't... When especially action movies and superhero movies, when they get too jokey, I'm just like, come on, be a little bit serious. Like, you're trying to... Gotta have some seriousness to it, I think. Says the cartoonist drawing kids' books. Anyways, yeah, so I still want to see it. That little joke Superman made when Mr. Terrific said, hey, what did he say? He said something like, hey, what are you doing? Get to work or something. He's like, and Superman like crushed under something like this, the gravel or a building or something. And he goes, oh yeah, no, I'm working. I'm doing serious stuff here, man. It made me chuckle. So hopefully, I still want to see it. Hopefully it doesn't go crazy with jokes, because I know James Gunn kind of has like that funny sense of humor a little bit, and I don't want it to be all yuck the entire movie. A couple jokes here and there, and I think Superman lends himself as a character well to doing jokes, but just don't go crazy overboard with it is my thing. This little pose here was really getting to me when I was doing the rough layouts of it. So we'll see if I can get it done here. Kind of want it to be like behind the head. I don't think that's going to work though. I don't even know what time I started here. Let's go. So we've been streaming for about 15 minutes now. What time is it? 3:30. We'll go till about 4:30. And that'll be the stream today. Anyways, yeah, so the Superman movie, still looking forward to it. Want to see it. Hopefully it's good. Oh man, that hand's way too small. Whoops. I know people do a lot of little shortcuts with digital stuff, either Clip Studio, Photoshop, Procreate like I'm using. I still use a lot of the tools the same way I would if I was using like traditional tools. I use the eraser like a regular eraser. I don't just like I do use the 2-tap and 3-tap a lot. But other than that, I do still use the tools very much the same way I would use like traditional tools. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, so Superman movie. What else can we talk about here? I am looking forward to the new Jurassic World movie. I think just from the trailers, it kind of looks like if it's a little bit more, I don't want to say horror based, but that a little bit more scary. It has a little bit more edge to it, which I think lends itself well, because I really feel if you go back and look at the first Jurassic World movie, not Jurassic World, Jurassic Park movie, yeah, you get taken in by all the the awesomeness of the graphics with the first time we see all the dinosaurs in movies and everything like that, and it's pretty awesome, right? But if you go back and really watch that movie, a lot of it is very suspenseful horror. You have, the T-Rex attack scene when it first attacks the kids in the truck, where it's like in the middle of the night with rain and everything. You have the velociraptors hunting everybody. It's very much not horror, but like suspenseful. And then, obviously later movies you really got into all the big, what are they called? The blockbuster style of movie. But this one, at least from the trailer so far, it looks like it could really go back and lean into that suspenseful edge of it, and what are those things called? Jump scares. Try to pull some jump scares out for the audience there. We'll see. And then Fantastic Four. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see if it's any good. It's funny because I watch, I can't remember her name, but the lady on YouTube who does movie math. And I like her videos for the most part. Sometimes she has some crazy takes. And one of the ones was, I watched her recently, and she's talking about, what was she saying? Something about Pedro Pascal and how he's been doing really good, I guess. And she, alludes to The Last of Us and Mandalorian. And I'm just thinking to myself, I have never really pictured Pedro Pascal as like a leading guy. He's always been like the co-star actor guy. And I think those are very two good examples of co-star. He was the lead, yes, but he's in The Last of Us. It's the story, and it's a great story, really. It first and foremost, and it's based off the video game, obviously. So you have that. So that obviously helps him, and they didn't tune into The Last of Us to see Pedro. Well, Pedro Pascal fans did, obviously, but I think a lot of people tuned in because it's a good story, and obviously everyone who was fans of the video games went and tuned in. And then The Mandalorian, I really don't think people tuned into that to see Pedro Pascal. They tuned in because it's Star Wars and it's bounty hunters, and it's like the Mandalorian wasn't Boba Fett, but you got that effect because obviously he was a Mandalorian and he had the same kind of helmet and everything, and he didn't reveal his face. There was that air of mystery for that guy who, the old Western cowboy who was that masked man type vibe, right? And so those are just, I just don't think there's a good example to say, oh yeah, look, he does so good. It's like, no, not really. Like, people don't really watch that because, I have to tune into that because it's Pedro Pascal. Anyways, all that is to say, I don't know that he was the best choice for Reed Richards. He just, like I said, he just reminds me of the next guy, the main star's buddy, whatever. I don't know what it's called. It's like co-star, but I think there's another word for it. Which is very strange to say, because not Jim, I still call him Jim, but John Krasinski definitely had that because of his role in The Office. And somehow he's turned his whole stuff into a leading man with his movies in The Quiet Place and the not Jack Reacher, the other, espionage spy type show on Amazon. But and I actually like that character, that actor, John Krasinski. Anyways, that's my movie talk there, I guess. Alright, let's get into this Bentley beast here. I'm still struggling with what to do with his eyebrows here, as you'll see in just a second. I draw kind of like it's all very cartoony, but especially my eyebrows, I make them like all wild and big, and I have them overlapping hair on a lot of times. But in this particular case, I'm not sure if I want the eyebrows to be under the hair or over the hair. I'm still trying to figure that part out. The hair itself, the hair is supposed to be crazy. He already has like the little Richie Rich part when he's regular Bentley Bosworth III. But now that he's Bentley the Beast, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the hair. And I might change that in a little bit too. But right now I have it just going crazy, just nuts. Yeah, so that's one thing with him. But yeah, the hair. Let's do that. That's fine. So as you can see here, we got his eyebrows right here. And I'm not sure if I want to keep it. Yeah, I know what I can do. I will test this out live on stream. Let's see. So I'll have this, and then I have boom, boom, boom. So basically, we have the eyes here, and then we'll see which one looks better. Which one will look? Because it does look kind of, and I'm aware of that, it looks kind of rather goofy, having eyebrows cover hair. But I just, even though it looks weird, I just like it. So that's how I draw it. But, and in this case, I don't know if it's going to distract from it. So what I'll do is, let's see. Okay, I'm going to erase this one. This one is over it. This one, I'll erase part of the eyebrow. And we can see in real time which one I like better. Yeah, see, I kind of like the eyebrow that is drawn over the hair. It doesn't make sense. Eyebrows don't stick out over the hair unless you're like 190 years old, one of those little old men with mustache eyebrows. But yeah, no, it doesn't. Small. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with over the hair, which is, I wasn't leaning that way to begin with, but that's the way I'm going to go now. Yeah, that looks good. All right, I like it. I like it a lot. The big old cheeser grin, and then his teeth turn into these vicious, razor sharp chompers. And he still has his freckles. When he's regular Bentley, they're colored freckles. But I think since his skin is going to change colors, I think here they're going to be black. Let's see here. Let me just see here. Next panel. Yeah, it's funny. I try not to zoom in as much because I've always heard, oh, because you can zoom in so much on apps, Photoshop, Clip Studio, Procreate, like I'm using, and people are always saying, oh, you shouldn't do that. It's not going to pick it up. Obviously, I know it's not going to pick it up, but there's this, I don't want to call it a rule, but it's just some type of a unspoken rule, I guess. I don't even know what you would call it, about not doing certain things when you're using any medium, really. If you're using paints or pencils or pens, ink, whatever. Oh, you can't do certain things. You shouldn't do it. It's not good. You're gonna lose something. You're gonna miss out on something. It's not gonna look right. And in the end, you know what? You just gotta do what feels good to you. You just gotta draw how you want to draw. I wasted so much time not drawing like this, which is very, very animated, simplistic style. But what am I going to do? I'm going to try to draw like some of the master artists out there, some of the amazing comic book artists, because that's the way a comic book should look. Or I can just draw how I want to draw and get the story out that I want to tell. And you know what? If I'm happy with it, then all right. That's what I want. I want to be happy with what I drew. I don't want to be like, oh, I drew this awesome thing and look how cool it is because it's comparable to these other great artists. And there are some amazing artists who do comic books, but I just don't draw like that. I like the way I draw. I like the way I draw. So yeah, that's how I look at it. And you know what? That's okay. Not everyone's gonna like it. Not everyone likes some of the master artists that I said. I mean, there are people who can't stand some of the way some artists draw, who are like world renowned, But that's all right. That's okay. That's why comics are so great, because you can have super awesome manga style artists, super awesome European style artists, like those are wrong. Super awesome European style artists like Mobius. And you can have amazing like artists in the American comic book market, like Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane and any other awesome artists that are working right now. Oh, I drew this black line. I wasn't supposed to draw that. That's like kind of the underline. Can't really see it on screen because it's so light, but it's the underline. I draw underline line. Yeah, that I draw to make sure I get the right spot for the antennas. But anyways, like I was saying, it's just you gotta find what works for you and what you like, and you can't worry about what other people are gonna say. It's easier said than done, believe me, because I have fought with drawing like this for feels like forever, because I'm like, oh, one, it doesn't look, like I said, it doesn't look like all the amazing artists out there that I like. And then two, there are other artists out there who do a very, cartoony style, like Agnes Garbowski and famous cartoonist Art Baltazar. These guys are amazing. And so now I'm doing my stuff, and I'm like, oh, well, who's going to want to read my stuff and look at my stuff when you already have these other amazing artists out there? But in times like that, I just remember that meme I've seen floating around online. You might have seen it. It's basically a cake maker. They're stick figures. It's very, very, very simple drawing, but it's a cake maker. and he says he's bringing over a cake to the table in a little stick figure, and he puts it down right next to a new cake. And he goes, "Oh, the other cake looks amazing. The other tier is like a 5-tier wedding cake, and his cake's like a little 1-tier birthday cake." And he says, "Oh man, look at that cake. Their cake is so much better than my cake." And then the next panel is someone who's just eating the cakes, and they get super excited. They're like, "Holy crap, 2 cakes!" The people who are reading our comics, they want awesome comics, and they're not looking at it like, "Oh man, that comic's way better than that one. I'm not going to read the other one just because whatever reason." They just want cool comics. They just want cool stories. And if you're providing that, you will eventually find those readers, I think. And like I said, easier said than done, but it can be done. It is being done. It's always been done. You always find those readers that like what you like. Want to read what you're putting out. Want to enjoy what you're drawing. So, yeah. Alright, we're getting to the last panel here. As far as inking, that is. Make this a little bit bigger. This is a close-up. See, here's what I was talking about earlier about the eyebrows. Like this is where I get really cartoony with eyebrows. It's like we're going crazy with this right now. Only thing is, we're going over the hair and over the face, just because I like it. Alright, that's the page pretty much. Go back to my panels page here. Switch to white. Well, what we got here? 4 o'clock. I think they'll end the stream right there. Not too shabby. Still got to color it, but I like the way that came out. Hope you enjoyed this stream. Follow along on wherever you're watching this so you get notified for the next one. I'm going to try to stream once or twice a week as I finish the Amazing Red Bee. And I might be streaming some pages that I'm working on for a proposal, for a book proposal for a graphic novel that I want to submit to agents, but we'll see. I'm not sure about that one. I am working on that though because I want to get that out.